Guys, you know why I'm truly in a good mood? You know why I'm really happy? Because Facebook just banned news. And not even really just news, all mainstream media posts. This is fucking TV, fucking reality shows, radio, news, literally every type of mainstream media platform just got fucking nuked from Facebook. And I would just love to say this right now to all of the cunts in Australia that really just tried their hardest to completely ignore every online creator, every new generation of comedy, of entertainment, every single person in this new wave of entertainment who the old mainstream media tried to block out, ignored, denied any type of funding or grants from, talk shit publicly about. I would just like to say, told ya. Told ya. Hey, post on Facebook. Oh, what? You gonna fucking turn down the world's biggest crowdfunded comedy special? All right, bro. I'll post about it instead. Not going to see anything from you on Facebook, am I? Nah, I love it. I think it's fucking great. Now, I want to say, I'm going to try and break this down in the clearest and most entertaining way possible. Why has this happened? Okay, so this goes back to the video that I made about the News Media Bargaining Code, which was, let's be honest, a law that was lobbied for by News Corp to the Liberal Party, which is just like such a fucking blatantly obvious corruption-esque vibe. The first draft of the law was to make Google, Facebook, social media giants pay journalists or media companies to post on their platforms, which, by the way, they already do, based on how much content, based on how much traffic that content generates. For example, me. I get lots of views, I get lots of money. I get no views, I get no money. That's how it works for everyone. News Corp wasn't happy with that. They wanted money to post regardless of traffic, saying that most people use social media for news. Now, we all know that that's false. I'm a guy who creates stuff for social media. If that were true and I wanted to make money, I would just post news. I don't, because no one wants to fucking see that shit. Your mum might want to see it a little bit. Most people don't. Most normal people are sick of the fucking news. Or we would like to look at it sparingly, in bursts. Check it in the morning, see what's going on, turn it off, never think about it again. In an ideal world, all social media is like Facebook. I think that social media and news needs to be separated. I really truly think that news and social media being combined has created the toxic state that we live in. Or at the very least, the idea of clicks equaling money has turned news into the most fucking flagrant, controversial, loud, and fucking divisive business model that it is. It's turned into this fucking, outrage means clicks, clicks means money, journalism goes from speaking truth to power to making cunts angry for money. That's what it is, right? So, the Liberal Party goes, right, well, we're going to make it a law for, are we going to make it mandatory for Google and Facebook to pay these companies for what they post, no matter what they post. And however much money they get paid will be decided by a, in quotation marks, third party. Also, the first draft of the law, this is how you can tell that it is literally a favor to News Corp so that they give better press to the Liberal Party, as they do anyway. This is how you can tell it's literally a favor. The first draft of the law specifically excluded ABC. right, which it didn't have to do, which if it was truly a law to support journalism, would include the fucking government-funded broadcaster, right? Very, very fucking obviously, transparently a favor to News Corp, right? So, Google and Facebook lobby against this hard. The one point of the code that I do agree with is the point against Google, and I think this is even what Google agreed to do, because Google has kind of negotiated with us a little bit and is going along with the code. Facebook has gone, fuck you, we don't need news. The one point that I did agree with, which was the whole argument is, you guys make money from news and you don't cut us in, which is fundamentally false for Facebook, but there's a little bit of truth for that in Google. Google will do things like, say you search the weather, like what's the weather in Melbourne, and then it will show you that little preview within Google search that just shows you the answer to your question. This happens with like even shit from like Star Wars, like who is Emperor Palpatine, or who is Luke Skywalker's father? You Google that and it'll show you the little preview and you get the answer to many of these questions. Nature, literally anything you Google, most of these things have these little previews that tell you the answer without you having to click. That data is taken from a website that did the research, that posted on their site, and then Google takes the answer, puts it on Google search, so you see that information that you were looking for without clicking on the article, so the people that actually spent the money and spent the time to find the answer don't get any money from you, and instead Google does. That's the one point of the code that I do agree with. If Google is going to use that information and make money from it, they need to cut the people in. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But that's not a news thing at all. That's like a fucking, you Google a fucking Warhammer term. That happens to every website. That's just a Google thing. I agree with that, and Google should pay for that. That's where it ends. The code is to make Facebook and Google pay for posts from media companies, and the law specifically excluded ABC, government-funded things, and also it excluded small journalist businesses. So you needed to you need to be like grossing $150,000 a year and employ 4 journalists. And you can't really employ 4 journalists unless you're making way more than $150,000 a year, because you also need to make some profit, right? You pay 4 journos 60 grand a year. What is that? Fucking 240,000. And then you, the boss, also needs to make some money. Like, it's really exclusionary to any independent journalists, and it is really just a law to benefit News Corp so that they give positive press to the Liberals so that they keep winning fucking elections. That's my conspiracy theory, but it's pretty fucking blatantly obviously true. Facebook puts out the truth, and so do Google, and they say these news corporations are already paid and we don't benefit from the relationship they do, which is 100% true. The reason why I have a Facebook is so that I can put my links on Facebook so that you watch them on YouTube so that I make money, or so that you buy a ticket to a show or you get a fucking t-shirt. I don't make money from Facebook at all, and Facebook probably makes a little bit of money from me, but it's not fucking heaps. The amount of money that I make from Facebook is way more than the other way around. And the same is true for all of these fucking things. And the claim that News Corp is trying to make is them saying, look, everyone goes to Facebook for news. So Facebook was like, all right, let's call bullshit on that one. And they just banned news. All types of news content is just gone from their platform. I think that this gives Facebook the perfect excuse to kind of test how does our traffic look and how does engagement look and how do people interact with our website when there is no news. Me, personally, I've been using Facebook a little bit more. There's less fighting. There's less fucking, this is what you should think. There's less doom generally on Facebook. I think it's fucking great.